Then we got Fantasia 2000.
It's like Fantasia, but it was in the year 2000.
It is Deja Vu, the movie. I will say what it did have above Fantasia, and honestly, if I'm critiquing it this way, kind of doesn't really work out in Fantasia's favor because Fantasia is an 80-year-old movie and Fantasia 2000 is only a 20-year-old movie.
Yeah.
Um, but Fantasia 2000 has way better animation. Honestly, Fantasia probably had
Oh
great.
my gosh, imagine that. They did one with coloring books and the other one with technology.
Well, that's the thing. Fantasia 2000 was clearly the Disney testing CGI for the first time,
Uh-huh.
and some of the sequences were really awesome. Where there was actually a mixture of 2D and 3D animation that, for being done in 2000, looked better than things that are done today.
Yeah, I love how Disney was like, yeah, we gotta test out this new CGI stuff.
Well, both Fantasia and Dinosaur are basically Disney's tech tests.
Yeah, they're like, listen, we gotta do these tech tests, catch up with some technology here. But instead of just spending a ton of money testing it out, we're gonna make a couple movies while we're at it and make some of this money back.
I'm willing to put Fantasia above The Fox and the Hound.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Definitely above Rescuers. That's
I
no
think I
joke.
saw Fantasia 2000. I don't think I saw the first Fantasia, to be honest.
That's possible because I think I saw Fantasia 2000 first. Like, Fantasia 2000 was like, came out and Fantasia became popular again.
Yeah, that's honestly, I think Fantasia 2000 is where I know Fantasia from.
Yeah. And Fantasia 2000 is like the reason Sorcerer Mickey came back in because, believe it or not, we get to talk about Yin Sid and Mickey again, but we really don't because it's the same exact information that we have.
Yeah, I mean, their rankings are already there. They're
Yeah,
not
there's
moving.
there's no change because literally,
The same exact thing.
obviously, I think Fantasia 2000 was like, what can we do with a mix between 2D and 3D, and then Dinosaur was like, what can we do with a full 3D.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. I've shared my thoughts on the original Fantasia. I feel very similarly. I gotta stop having to use that word about this one. Um, the main difference was I was actually intrigued by the animation in this one, which I think if it was 1970, I would have felt the same way about the regular Fantasia.
Yeah, probably.
um,
That's why I was definitely like, let's test this CGI stuff out.
yeah,
They had no reason to remake it.
yeah. And they just like they put a bunch of celebrities in it. Like Steve Martin randomly showed up. Um, those two popular magicians were in it.
Yeah.
Um,
David Copperfield,
not David Copperfield.
David
Penn
Blaine.
Penn and Teller.
Ah.
So this guy I literally just put on here because he was my favorite character from the whole movie. Um,
Yeah, I don't know even know who that is, so.
he's a flamingo that yo-yoed 6 yo-yos at once,
Oh,
and
easy. One
he
seed.
he had the smuggest look while doing it, and he wrapped up 8 flamingos in the yo-yo and was like beating people with the yo-yos.
Probably God tier.
I think he's a bench character, but I just wanted him to be on the list so I can talk
Fine.
about how what a smug look he had.
Alright.
Unless you think he could wrap up any one of these guys, I don't think it's gonna do him much.
No, I don't think so. It's just a yo-yo, to be honest.
I think if he was in the regular Fantasia, we would have listed him high to begin with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's benching. And then we
I think
got
Daisy's benching too.
that's the thing about Daisy. She has the cartoon physics like Donald, but doesn't use it. She didn't she did no she that's Donald actually. Yeah, she didn't do much.
Yeah, Donald's like a warrior. Daisy just kind of. Daisy's similar to Minnie Mouse for me.
I would even like be inclined to put Minnie higher than Daisy.
I would too, but I think Daisy's like bench, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I was afraid we would fight a little bit about that one because of the Donald, but I'm glad we were on the same page on that one.
Yeah, just
Um,
doesn't do anything.
then we have a god tier, the flame bird. The flame bird is a giant lava bird the size of a mountain that set the world on fire.
Big bird. Um,
It's literally its essence is fire.
so automatically 44.
And basically like anything it flies across catches on fire.
Honestly, probably like, yeah, you put them that high up.
I'm thinking either 6 or 7. It I maybe even 5. It really comes down to can he beat Chernobog. And I think maybe he could.
Think so. I'm probably putting them at 6.
Now the question is, does Merlin defeat him? And I don't know if Merlin could defeat him.
I think so.
Like
Merlin's pretty powerful. He could just like,
Merlin is powerful, however, his most skilled magic that he shows is shape shifting,
mm-hmm.
which is like where the virus comes from. And he can see the future, so like you could see future attacks. I just don't. There's nothing much in his repertoire. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
There's not much that I think he could do to defend against the giant lava bird.
He could call in rain.
You've convinced me.
No argument from you. You just move him down automatically.
You got me. Why we debate this. This is why I have you on this. You keep me in check.
I keep you from making poor decisions.
You just bring up the thing. We think about this differently, and you bring up the things that I don't necessarily think of. Like he can make it rain.
Things.
Listen, fight me. I've had things that I've been correct on and you've been wrong on. Anyway,
right, you gotta. Aladdin can only drop down 2 more spots.
I don't know if that's gonna happen because I think all 4 of these guys will make the list, and definitely we have a lot more characters making the list. Are you afraid that if Aladdin drops down, there's nothing to defeat Genie?
I just wanted a Genie Aladdin matchup.
Because you knew it would make me sad.
Yeah.
All right. So this last one from Fantasia, I know the way I cut it out makes her look like
I don't even know what that is.
That's the spring sprite.
The what?
The spring sprite. She's basically Mother Nature.
Spring flavored Sprite?
Yeah, spring flavored Sprite. Now honestly, I think
She
we have
defeats everyone with allergies.
number 1, God tier.
Got tier.
Well, she is God tier. I think we have
Pollen, bitch.
I think we have to put her at number 6.
She defeats the Lava Man.
She survives the Lava Man and basically outlives the Lava Man.
Well, it's Mother Nature. Okay.
And she fights him. Yeah. And then she, after the Lava Man has destroyed Earth, she flies through and creates grass and trees again.
Okay.
Can you
Gives
paint
Merlin
with
allergies.
all the colors of the wind? Honestly, I'm surprised Pocahontas dropped down so early.
Who?
Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Man, I honestly can't believe where we are on the list at dropping off.
Yeah.
Honestly, the newer Disney movies feature a lot of stronger Disney characters than the older movies.
Yeah, I agree. The older movies, like, with the exception of a few characters, like, it's all about the new movies.
Where does Percy? Is Percy the dog? We didn't rank Percy because he didn't make the list. I did want to, before we move on from Fantasia, I did want to mention one thing because it's something that we've talked about with a lot of characters, and Donald was in the movie. So I think one thing I don't think it's gonna change his ranking, but I want you to be aware of it when we go into the bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Donald was stomped by an elephant, and he took a rhino kick to the butt and walked it
That's
off.
classic Donald. He's always
Yeah.
getting the shit beat out of him.
I just like if we ever pair him up against the chicken, I just want you to be aware of that fact.
I don't think he. It would be like a second round matchup. I think.
Well, yeah, it would be, but well, who knows?
Who knows?
But yeah, that's it for Fantasia 2000.